Welcome back, students. And the last class we have seen few layers of OSI model, and in this class we are going to see the rest layers of the OSI model, that is the transport and then presentation, session, and then application layers. Okay, right. Let me start. So the first one is the transport layer. So you see here, up to the network layer, we have created the packet from that physical layer raw bits, and then that network layer transfer that packet to the transport layer. Okay, so here only that end-to-end communications comes into the picture. That means from which port to which port we need to transfer that packet. That is taking care of this layer. And here you see in the point 2 they are mentioning ensures that the data units are delivered error free. That means here we are checking for that error corrections and the error detections methods. Okay, here what happens during the transmissions in the network layer. Any hackers can intrude and then they can modify the data. Okay, so if they modify it, then how can we understand whether that data is received as it is from the source or any modification happened? Okay, so that thing will be corrected in this layer only. That's what they are telling. It is delivered error free. Okay, and in the point number 4 dimension ensures that there is no loss or duplication of data in. So it is little bit later to that point 2 only, because if any modifications done on that received data, then we can say that some loss will be there or some modifications will be there, right? So that's what they are telling here. And we are telling that it provides the connections or connection oriented, because already the data is received in that network layer. So we don't want to think about that whether it is a connectionless or connection oriented. Already it is the transport, right? And mostly we are using the TCP UDP protocol for transferring the data and then making the service. Mostly this transport layer is accessible to the ports to our computer. Ports in the sense the applications, what are the applications we are transferring through that data. That applications is specific to some of the ports in our computers. So it will look for that particular port only. So from that port only it will access those applications, or it will store the data. That's it. Okay, right. So that we have more, and here we are going to see about the session layer. So what is a session layer and why it is called session? The session in the sense the time division that we know well, right? So once in the source machine or the destination machine initiate the communications, then that moment the opposite machines is it has to give some permission to access the communications. Okay, initiate the communication. Okay, whenever that end devices are creating that communication initialization, then that moment this session will comes into the picture, because before making the initialization or before contacting to the server machines, okay, the requested machine request will be forwarded to the certificate authority. There it will get the certificate along with the session information. Okay, up to this time only we have to access and everything. So along with the certificate, they will mention what is the session limit, and then what is the request that client machine want to access, and then what is that algorithm they can use for protecting their data, and the time to live concept. Everything will becomes here only. Okay, so this SLA is looking for the start and then ending communications information. Okay, that's what they are telling. And in the second part, they are mentioning this layer request for a logical connection to be established on end user's request. So I told you, right? Simply the end users cannot create any connections to the server machines. Okay, so it has to get some logical informations from the certificate authority to make some connections. That's what they are telling here. And that authentication information should be passed through that session, because uh, I think you heard something about that session attack. Because the hacker want to attack your system, then they will search for your session information. Once if you are log in with your username and password, then till you close that session, till you close that connection, that login credentials will be presented in this session only. That's why the hacker always targeting that session information when you are doing communications. Okay, that's why they are mentioning here any necessary logon or password validation is also handled by this layer. So in this layer, if the layer is handling that username and the password, then that information will present in that particular session moment. Okay, till that connection is getting closed, that information will be maintained. So if the hackers traverse this session information, then easily he can pick up that in credentials from your sessions. So this is the very important layer we have to taking care of. Okay, because once if you are logged in, then that information should be stored on this session informations. Okay, then the next one is presentation layer. Right. So what is a presentation? Are we going to give any specific between our data? No. Simply we are passing some, the raw base of the physical medium, right? So before to that, we are just passing the data from this presentation layer only, or we are receiving that data from physical layer and then it will be displayed in the presentation only. In the both cases, the user only going to deal the data in this place. Okay, because if the user is dealing with some data, then he has to understand what kind of data he is looking. Okay, suppose any data is not in the right format, it is in some other format like zero some ones under some other symbols, then the user cannot understand what is it and then he cannot provide that exact information, right? So what the problem here? Simply um, the data in which we it want to show into the application layer, that format will be created in this presentation layer only. Okay, and this data is getting from our transport layer, right? So here we are not using any sorry, it is from the session layer. So in the session layer, I told you already, it will maintain some login information. So if you want to protect that information, or if you are doing any important sensitive data transmission, then if you want to protect that data, then you have to use some cryptography concept, because that cryptography concept will do changes in your original data into some other format. Okay, so instead of the plain text informations, it will convert into some other format. We can say that it is a ciphertext, and this ciphertext information will, the hacker cannot easily read that ciphertext information. So the little bit we are giving some security to our data. Okay, so these kind of things will be taking care of this presentation layer. Okay, that's what they are telling. The presentation layer defines the format in which their data is to be exchanged. So here they are giving some format for the data, right? So before exchanging the data from one entity, that means one device to another device, we are doing some format. That's it. So that format is called the presentation layer. The next one is application layer. So you see here, this is the first layer. Okay, that means from the top I'm telling, from the bottom, if you are telling the first layer means it is the physical layer, but from the top, the application layer is the first layer. Okay, so here we are using the user interfaces. Okay, why it is a user interfaces means it is, if you want to process something, then you have to open some web pages, means that web pages will be comes into the monitor, right? So that the user easily can understand what are the things are there in that web page. So if the contents are ready to read or see, means it is called that application layer content. Okay, because user interface is there only, simply the user can deal with this kind of information. Suppose if you are opening the Gmail account, then once if you are opening that particular page, then it will come up with the login credentials questions, right? So you have to give your username and then password there. So how can you give this? Because you are understanding the thing what they are asking. Simply as a plain text, they are asking you to enter the username and then password, right? So after reading these terms, you are giving your user credentials. That's it. So uh, that's why we are telling this is the user interface layer. Okay, so all the applications will be shown in this layer only. Okay, and from this whatever the informations we are giving or submitting, then that will be converted into some other data format in the presentation layer. Then from the presentation layer, that data will be forward to the session layer. So in the session layer only it will take, okay, this is the time they are initiating the communications, so they will add some informations over there. Then it will forward that data into the transport layer. Then from the transport layer, that data will be forwarded to the network layer. In the network layer, it will add the IP addresses, because the destination we need to understand, right? So it will give that IP addresses in this place, and then it will add that source IP address also. And after that, this network layer transfer the data into um, the next layer, that is the data link layer. So there, the packet will be divided into some frames. Then in the physical level, that frames will be divided into some binary information. That's it. So this is the reverse process of OSI model. All right. The next one, it is OSI in action. Right. So what's happening really? That what they are mentioning this diagram. So if you are looking to this diagram, in the diagram, in the blow diagram, which is in the second diagram, the bottom you see here, they have mentioned that ISO OSI model layer here, physical to application, physical layer, data link, and the network on the transport, session, presentation, application. Okay, so nothing will happen in this session, presentation, and then application. These three layers are, simply it is there, that's it, because these three layers are going to deal with the packet only. Okay, packet of information only, not with anything. But the transport, network, data link, and the physical, these four layers are going to deal with some protocols and then header informations. Because you know if you are dealing with the physical layer, then that physical layer will dealing with that MAC addresses. Okay, so the MAC addresses is nothing but your you know system addresses. Okay, the hardware addresses. So it is looking for that hardware addresses only. So simply it will forward that information in that MAC addresses header with that binary information. Okay, once it is reached into the data link, that MAC header will be removed from the packet. After that, it will add that logical link control header. Okay, so there it will find out the logical address of the targeted or source machines. Okay, so based on that logical level control only, that network that network layer will identify that IP. Okay, so in the network level they are giving that IP address. Okay, after giving the IP addresses, so the system will understand, okay, this is the target machine, so we need to pass that data into that particular machine. But once the data is reached into that network layer, then it forwards that packet to the transport, and in the transport, it identifies which port we want to share this information. That means the transport we are maintaining the protocols TCP and then UDP. So this TCP and UDP provide the services level. Okay, provide services for all the systems. Okay, so based on the data and the request, the transport level layer will assign the TCP header. So this TCP header or UDP header, they will assign the port number. So in that port number we can understand, okay, this is the application it is going to be run. That's it. Okay, so after mentioning that particular port, then based on that port, that session and the presentation will reveal the data, and then it will run in the application level. That's it. So these are the actions taken in this OSI model. Right. And then they are comparing the TCP and then OSI model. The OSI layer model, we are having that 7 different layers, and the same way the TCP IP models, we are having 5 different layers. In this diagram they are mentioning the 4, but in really we are having the 5 layers in the TCP IP model. So only the 2 layers are missing here. We'll see that what are the layers are missing here. Okay, and you see here they are giving the comparisons, what are the layers are equivalent to that OSI. So if you are seeing this, the transport is equivalent to the transport layer of OSI, and then network of TCP IP is equivalent to the network layer of OSI, and the physical layer is equivalent to that network interface. Okay, but the data link also we are having separately. Okay, you see here the TCP IP model here. Okay, so in this place we are having the 5 different layers, right? Application layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and then physical layer. So the all these layers are available in this OSI model also, but the problem is the OSI we are having the 7 different layers, but in the TCP IP model we are reducing the 2 layers. Okay, that presentations and then station, these 2 layers are missing in this TCP IP model. Rest all the layers are doing the same operations only. That's all about today topic. And if you have any questions or any doubt, please feel free to contact me on the given email ID, and then my number also given here. So anytime you can call me. Thank you.